Hi, I'm Dr. Ryan with Rhino Chiropractic. I wanted to discuss our Room 3, Table 3 additional feature and what that can help people with. So the first part of this table, this is going to be where your feet actually get strapped to this part here. This is going to help us with what's called the distraction part of this technique in therapy and what it can help with. And this is going to be the next component of this table and the feature of the flexion aspect. So it's a flexion and distraction technique, and I'll show you what that means. These buttons here, this is how the table actually works. So it's pretty simple. You don't need to know any of this. It's for me and the other doctor in the office, Dr. Drew. So what it does is I push the timer to however long we want to do it. We hit start, and then we turn the speed up gradually. And for demonstration purposes, I will just show you what it looks like at about a 12. And this is going to be the next component of this table and the feature of the flexion aspect. So it's a flexion and distraction technique, and I'll show you what that means. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like live. So when a patient, we have our wonderful Kate here to help us with the demonstration, allow us to see how much we have to actually pull out depending on the person's height. And then from there, we can strap the feet in. It's not painful. It's not a super tight wrap, just enough to hold the feet and ankle in place. And then the last part, like I said, is to pull just to give it a little bit of traction right through there, make sure it's even. Patient, are you comfortable? And then this is where I place the T-bar right in the bottom here. This will help us with the flexion component as the table goes automatically, but it allows us to also have some control in terms of the flexion component to make sure they're adding just the right amount. And then from there, we have another feature as well. There's a latch here. So on top of the distraction, the flexion, it opens from side to side. And I'm going to show you what that looks like all in one motion when we get going on the next clip. And now I'm going to show you what everything looks like all in one movement. And then I'm going to explain a little bit about what the table can do and what it's good for. So I'm going to start the button here. We're going to turn the speed up slowly. You want to make sure you tailor it to the person depending on how much pain and discomfort they're in. Some people tolerate slower, some people tolerate faster. Kate, how we doing?
Excellent.
Excellent. So I'm going to bring it up to about a 12. And then from there, my contact will be here, various parts of the lower spine in the pelvis. And ultimately, you're probably wondering what this is all about. So if you've heard of disc herniations, this is one of the best things for it, depending on the severity. If you have burning in your lower back, if you have any kind of radiating pain or numbness and tingling into your legs, one or the other, or both, this can really help decompress that disc and encourage the jelly that's in the middle of the disc to come back to more of a central location, which inevitably will open up those little openings where those nerves come out of the lower back and they go into the leg, controlling everything from sensory to motor and reflexes as well. So after we get a couple flexions in the neutral position, we can actually open and gap one side. Kate, how you doing? Good. We bring it back to neutral and we flex. And as I said, the table goes on its own. I'm just here to make sure we're controlling it and guiding it in the right direction. And then I will also switch sides. So as the table, and we can also switch sides. So depending on what is a more problematic side for the person, if it's the left leg or if it's the left low back, and depending on your postural x-rays, what they look like, you want to make sure you're going in the right direction, in right angle, to make sure that you're getting the best results possible for the patient. With this being automated, it's really nice. We can set a timer for either longer or shorter, depending on what the patient needs. And there's also another feature that if they can only tolerate so much, they actually have the ability, if you look down there, there's a switch where they can actually automatically stop the table on their own accord. And just like that, the table stops, we come and we release her.